Antarctica is scary enough before anything supernatural shows up. You are miles from help, the weather can turn on you fast, and if the generator dies, that is not just annoying. That can be the whole night gone. So it makes sense that horror games keep coming back here. Give developers a frozen base, a long polar night, and something buried under the ice, and the setting is already doing half the work. Today, we are looking at 7 Antarctic horror games. Some are out right now, and some are still on the way, but all of them make the cold feel like part of the danger. Welcome back to Magic Game World. Let's get into it. First up is Invariant. This one has that old-school sci-fi horror feel. Think Half-Life and Fear. A disaster cuts an underground research complex off from the outside world. The comms are dead, the systems are failing, and there are creatures somewhere in the dark. You are exploring restricted areas, solving puzzles, finding supplies, and trying to work out what went wrong under the ice. It looks like the kind of game where every bullet matters, and every sound behind you makes you stop for a second. There is still no release date, but if you miss sci-fi horror where the building itself feels like it wants you dead, this one is worth wishlisting. If you want something you can play right now, NEDRA is already out, and it has one of the coolest ideas on this list. It takes place in an abandoned Soviet station during the 6-month polar night. You follow an SOS signal, things go bad fast, and soon you're trapped in a base hiding something ancient. The monsters can sense body heat, so staying hidden means letting yourself get colder. Sounds easy enough, except you're in Antarctica. Get too cold and you freeze to death. Warm yourself up, and now the monsters can find you again. You're never really safe, you're just picking which problem you want to deal with first. Then things get weird, really weird. Penguin Colony is Lovecraftian cosmic horror through the eyes of a penguin. Yes, seriously. Human factions arrive in Antarctica looking for something ancient beneath the ice, and you watch the whole expedition start to fall apart from a penguin's point of view. It's not a shooter, it's more about atmosphere, exploration, and seeing people lose their minds in a place they should have stayed far away from. It comes from the team behind Umurangi Generation. It's still aiming for later this year, and there's already a demo on Steam. Watching people lose their minds from a safe distance is one thing. Getting stuck in the middle of it with your friends is another. That's where CRYO comes in. CRYO is a co-op horror game for up to 4 players, and it's already in early access. You and your friends are technicians sent to remote Antarctic facilities after the comms go dead. The company says it's probably just a technical issue. Yeah, sure. Instead, you're dealing with dark labs, mutated creatures, random objectives, scattered supplies, and a few possible ways out if you survive long enough to find them. You need to work together, use tools like motion detectors, and try not to be the one who wanders off alone. It's still in development, but it looks perfect for a co-op horror night where everyone has a plan right until somebody starts screaming. Then somebody looked at all that survival horror panic and thought, you know what this needs? A train. That's Fright Train. It's a survival horror roguelite set on a huge train racing through an Antarctic blizzard. You play as a paranormal agent answering a distress call from a rolling research station that has gone completely off the rails. The train is full of monsters, the storm outside is brutal, and the one thing you can't let happen is the train stopping, because once it stops, whatever's waiting in the whiteout might decide to come inside. You're fighting monsters, repairing systems, opening new cars, grabbing supplies, and trying to keep the whole thing moving long enough to get out alive. It sounds ridiculous for about 5 seconds, and then it starts sounding like a great horror game. It's still expected later this year, and the demo is already on Steam. After all that chaos, the black ice slows things down and leans more into the story. It's already in early access, and it takes place at the Vostok research base after scientists find something strange inside a mass of black ice. At first, it looks like a huge discovery, then the station goes silent. You see the story through 2 characters, a polar explorer answering an SOS call, and a corporate agent sent in to contain the situation before it spreads. Their stories cross over, which gives it more going on than the usual one person trapped in a base setup. It has puzzles, stealth, limited inventory, and that familiar survival horror feeling where every hallway looks like a bad idea. Last up is Cryptica. This one is for anyone who likes horror that gets stranger the longer it goes on. You're searching for your missing sister and her documentary crew somewhere in Antarctica, but the deeper you go, the less normal anything gets. You're exploring abandoned whaling stations, old mines, and deep Antarctic sites where a strange fungus can mess with what you see and hear. So eventually you start asking yourself, is that thing really there? Am I hallucinating, or is the real answer worse than both? Cryptica goes hard on psychological horror, with ghosts, cryptids, old conspiracies, and interdimensional stuff. It's still aiming for later this year with a short 3 to 5 hour story. Honestly, that sounds about right. Make it weird, make it unsettling, then get me out. So, those are 7 Antarctic horror games worth playing now or adding to your wishlist. You have NEDRA's Heat System, CRYO for co-op chaos, Fright Train for anyone who thinks horror games need more locomotives, and Penguin Colony because apparently even penguins aren't safe from cosmic horror. Which one are you checking out first? Let us know in the comments, subscribe to Magic Game World, and we'll see you in the next one.